Good night, people. Tonight is all about Watch the Cock podcast number one. We are definitely going to share with you tonight what the podcast is all about, who we're trying to reach, how the podcast came about, and I just want to share the Shine Bright story. Yes, definitely. It's going down tonight at 11 o'clock on YouTube. So subscribe to Watch the Cock on YouTube channel now. Like, subscribe, and share. Turn on all your notification bell so when the new podcast hit, you would definitely be notified. And again, what cock you watching? Good night, people. Tonight is all about Watch the Cock podcast. No. You guys want?
Yep. Good night. Good night. Pleasant good night to you guys. Wabash.
This is not your show. This
Oh my god.
Listen, we have to say he can't help himself. Tonight we have a special guest in the building. It is my husband, Leon Watson, aka Fire Feelings, aka the Argument God, aka Mr. FF himself,
In the building.
Mr. FF Vibes Radio,
You
Mr.
know.
FF Vibes TV,
Yeah, man.
Mr. Feelings on the artist side, right? So definitely tonight we are definitely talking about marriages. It's a special occasion. Tonight is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everyone, everybody that was home today, that celebrated.
Yep.
We wish that we was on the Parkway in a way. New York City celebrated
No joke.
in a, in a big way tonight. Um, Definitely tonight's show. I want to start off by saying thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in right now. We know you could have been any place else, but you took the time to tune in to us right now. I want to say welcome to the Cock Podcast. Tonight's show is definitely about marriage, um, the ups and downs of marriages, and most times when people think that marriage is all hunky dory love and all that, it's challenging. It's work. So I'm going to introduce him. I'm going to introduce how we met. And he's going to tell his side as well. He's always wanted to to share the crazy side of Shine Bright for those that don't know. But let me first go off by saying, please. And we are thank you to everybody that's liking the channel. We're asking you guys to like, subscribe, and share to your friends. Invite them. This podcast was created through many things that are happening in real life that people are dealing with. They don't know how to get through it. A lot of people struggle with a lot of things. A lot of people talk about people. They don't know the other side of people's lives. So you're always hearing one side. So when I decided to bring
Yeah.
the platform was to share my side of what people speculated about me or don't know about me or my husband or my family, my business, and those natures of that thing, right? So let's first of all say thank you. There's three things that about Shine Bright if you don't know that you will know. Um, there's three things about me that I'm going to spend money on. So even when I bring you guys a product or bring you guys something, you have to know where, what you like and what you don't like, what you're going to
Yep.
spend on and what you're not going to spend on, right? So my number one thing that I'm going to spend money on is some hair. And I want to say thank you to Melamina for my hair. So definitely go support her if you're looking for a wig, if you're looking for bundles. She has her own line of hair glue, um, lace front wigs, glues, and sprays and mousse, and these are all things that she actually created herself. She's a chemist. She's also my beautiful baby sister. So for those of you guys who don't know who Melamina is, she's an amazing young lady. Just got her double masters Listen, that's smart girl, young, doing amazing things, and that's what we want to promote our future, right? So one of the things that a quote we was listening to Dale Bronner on Sunday, and he said, "Poor people prepare for Saturday night, wealthy people prepare for a generation." Right? So many
Straight up.
times we're only looking, oh, who got the next party Saturday night, what outfit I'm gonna wear, and most of us don't have savings for our children. Most of us don't have if we die, we don't have a savings plan. We don't have a will. We don't have a life insurance policy. We don't have these things to prepare for our future. Most of us, if we're in an emergency, we don't have somebody that we can help or call to help us, right? So many times, I always say this: like people would quickly bury you, and if you in need, they won't even help you. And they
Mm,
could know you struggling, but know that you don't ask them. If you go ask them, they don't even want to lend a hand. It takes them hard to lend it. So we're gonna bring certain things to this platform that's gonna help you to secure the future for your generation, for your children, for your family, and help your friends. Right?
Lord.
It's sad that we will have access to great information and we keep it to ourselves. We don't hold it. Um, Another thing that I wanna share with you guys is a book that I believe every I don't even want to say every woman, every man should read it too because it will help. But I believe that every woman should have this book. It is called Perfectly Imperfect by Shanae McCambry. Listen, I got the journal and I got the book. I started writing down some things in this book, and it talks about your goals and different things that you want. And every day has something for you to do. So it's like my mind is flowing all over again. You know what I mean? So one of the things that I went through before I met my husband, I went through a divorce and I had to like sit down and process it. It took me like 6 years before I really got out of that marriage. And it was all like a mental process. It wasn't something that was easy. It wasn't overnight. But I wanted to make sure that the next marriage or the next relationship that I went into, that person had the characteristic and the things that I required as well. A lot of times women get into relationship and we allow a man to just choose us. So I said I would never allow another time where a man choose me. I have to choose him too. So based on the things that I need and what I required, what I wanted our relationship to have, you know what I mean? And I prayed about it and I started writing them down. I manifested my husband. So I'm gonna tell you how we met. He's gonna tell you how he met, why he was looking at me, but I'm gonna tell you what I was looking for when I first met him, and then how I choose him. Right? So definitely, you guys go get that book. I'm gonna paste. We forgot to paste the link in the comment, but I'm gonna paste the link in the comment how you can get Sinead's book. It's a great read that you guys must have. If you're struggling with suicide, if you went through any type of molestation, I mean, you weren't even looking at this woman. I started reading her book and I began to tear up because I know her, but looking at her, and that's I always tell people, never judge a book by its cover. You don't know what people are dealing with. You don't know what people have struggled with. You don't know what people have overcome or trying to overcome, but we're trying to put people in a box and we're judging people. So tonight is definitely that time to where we got to grow up, right?
Mm,
So that's one thing. So number two, I'm gonna spend some money on some perfume. My husband know me. Look, I don't care how much it costs. Once it smells good and I like it, I'm going to buy it. All right, and some shoes.
sure is.
Some shoes. I have wide feet, so I'm spend more on some shoes. I think sometimes while we think God might say, I always beg for my children. When He gave me children, one thing don't do to them is give them white feet. But actually, all three of the kids have white feet, so we struggle with finding shoes and different things like that that don't hurt. You always want to be comfortable, but
Straight.
so the shoes is it. But hair, shoes, I can rock anything. So that's why I want to say thank you to Shein. We are part of the Shein brand. We have partnered with them. So definitely you guys will have the link in the comments that this outfit tonight, my dress is by Shein. The outfit last week is from Shein with some great statement T-shirts they have. So if you want to tell some people to fuck off, you can do that on a T-shirt.
Sure could.
Then I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, man.
So this show tonight is definitely for adults. Um, so yeah, put the children to bed. Even though our little baby is here with us,
Trying to put her to bed.
she's not feeling well, so she just wants her daddy. So definitely, Shein is an affordable way to save. And I always say, a good pair, some good shoes, you can rock anything and make it look good. So Shein is definitely the brand for you. Um, you shop wherever you want, but
Yeah, man.
if you guys want to, I always say, have more money to invest in yourself, invest in your business. So one of the things that we're going to talk to my husband tonight, I always tell him, I said, even if my eyes close tonight, the information and the knowledge that my husband has acquired in the time that we've been together, there's nothing that he can do. There's no boy or girl can style him. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about some of the challenges that he went through in building him and making him who he is.
Mm,
You know what I mean? And where his journey started from in the music industry and different things like that, and how he come to be who he is today. So a lot of times people feel like he's standoffish or he's isolating himself, but in the isolation is where you grow more. In the isolation, the amount of
right.
knowledge that he has, even in the 1 year, it's been 1 year we've been in Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody can take that power from you. Nobody can take that power from you. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things about me and being in a marriage is anybody that I'm with, they gotta grow.
Right.
You know what I mean? You cannot be with me, any one of my friends. If you're truly my friend, we gotta grow together. You know what I mean? If your liability is like, I'm not in the business of really dealing with certain things. You know what I mean? Where we're suffering and we keep talking the same thing, but nobody ain't moving forward and nobody really trying to progress, right? So those are the things that we're looking for, like people that's ready to go that level with us, but at the same time willing to do the work. So many
Mm,
times people want things and want things in life, but they're not willing to do the work. They just think that it's going to happen overnight, right? So
crazy.
definitely,
Crazy. You say that.
yeah.
And it's sometimes I feel like it's the fear inside of one. But we have to overcome the fear. Why I say that is even because, when you start to how I really started off,
Hmm.
had the idea all the time, but you try to get someone on board that you wouldn't know what's going on, close friends you might know going on, wherever. And then when you do the know, people kind of moving shaky and these kind of way. So it's a case like though. I was looking for the help. Thought I could get the help from an individual. Individual spaced me out. And then, somebody say, yo, YouTube is teaching everything that anything you want to learn, anything you want to know about, YouTube. Right?
And that person was me.
I just show me I can't no for the fall girl crow. Yes, right? Yeah, man. You see
Yes,
me?
YouTube is your best teacher. I don't care. And one of the things I love about you, he's eager to learn. He don't know everything, and he will come ask me if I'm not here. He go ask Lexi, "Hey, Lexi, how you say this? How you?" My husband has come a long way. You know what I mean? And but that is the thing of it. He is not. He don't have shame in
Okay.
wanting to learn.
That's it.
You know what I mean? You don't have anybody. I always tell people anybody can teach you. The smallest child can teach you, right? The smallest child can teach you, but you have to be willing to admit we don't know everything. Some things I don't know. Look, Kingston can call every dinosaur.
That's crazy.
Kingston know how to
No
pronounce
joke.
every dinosaur's name, the biggest words, and I'll be looking at my dad was looking at what? I don't even know that, right? So Kingston is another brainiac. I always call them. I have three smart ass children in the lyrical sense, right? They're smart, you know what I mean? But we got to teach them um, the business side. We got to teach the relationship side. You know what I mean? Those things as well. So
Sure.
definitely let's go to that. and then again, we want to say one thing. I was on a call before. I was on a business call tonight, and I want to say to Hazik, and he said something, and then I'm listening. I'm writing it down. He said, "You can affirm yourself to the lifestyle you want. You can affirm yourself to the lifestyle that you want." So, how many of us have goals and have dreams, even a husband, right, or a wife, and we're not manifesting it? One of the things that after I had my daughter, I wanted a son, and everybody's like, you just need to have Lexi, and just, my mom was like a big advocate for only having a Lexi, and I was like, no, I
Big up,
want to
mama.
say yes, I wanted a son, and my friend Katrina, she we every year we would do like an end of year vision board party. So we would get together and we would do a vision board with the kids. And that particular year, I put on my vision board, I just had a baby boy. I didn't put nothing else on it. I didn't want a car. I didn't want a house. I didn't want nothing. I just wanted a baby boy. So I put everything blue, boy stuff, and they thought I was crazy. And I was like, no, I want a boy. That's it, right? So anybody and at that time, me and Lexi father had already separated. He was living his own place. I was living my own place. So I was dating, what I mean, getting to know people before I met Fire Feelings, right?
Yep, sure
And
did.
I had it, so I would talk to guys, getting to know people and stuff like that. And based on what they said, determine where I put them. So, we would talk about children and having more children and stuff. There, some of them didn't want more children. And I was like, okay. And some only wanted girl children. So if you said you wanted a girl child of me, you was already X. You didn't have no pool in it, no game in it, nothing in it. All right. But anyway, I manifested my son. And I said, God, if you don't give him to me by 45, I don't want him. I don't want no more children. I didn't want no more children. My son came at 44, 48. We had lyrics. Total surprise. Wasn't planned. You know
Crazy.
what I mean? So God is amazing
That's
of
crazy.
how He would do things and how He will bless you. Um, but definitely, tonight we definitely want to start with the ups and downs of marriage, right? And before I get into meeting my husband and things like that, I want to share this Judge Mathis going around, and Judge Mathis and his wife been together for 30 something years, or how many years, and all of a sudden she decided she wanted divorce. But what Judge Master stated in the relationship was his wife felt neglected. So how many women are in a marriage, or even men, I don't know, but most women that's in a marriage feel neglect, correct? You could be with your partner doing everything, running a business, because I can admit to that. The reason why my last marriage ended, one of the reasons was that
Hmm.
he was a truck driver. He traveled. He was gone every day for a whole week. He came on a Friday night, and Friday night he's tired. He went to sleep. Saturday night he would get up, and we would go. We always went to lunch, 2 hours. Then he would go to Buford Highway and hang out with his friends. Then Saturday night he was in Footprints every Saturday while I'm home, or I'm with the girls, or I'm with the kids, right? So those things is like you felt lonely. So there's so many men that they're always hang with their friends. And that was one of the things that I said. I don't want no husband that put their friends before me. I don't have a problem with you hanging out with your friends. I don't have a problem with your business, whatever line of business that you choose, but you still have to prioritize your time for us. So what Judge Mathis was saying, that his wife speculated. You cannot be away from your wife for 3 weeks. You will make that woman feel like you're cheating. And that's exactly how she felt. You're away for 3 weeks. God only knows what you're doing. You can't be so much involved in your friends. Even I would speculate that, right? So we're gonna listen to what Judge Mathis say, and now he's fighting for his wife. But before we even get to that point, right? The reason why we say the ups and downs of marriages, before you guys even get to that stage in your life or your relationship, we can learn from other people. That's one of the things that I've always looked at older
Word.
people than me, is the mistakes that they made. So I try not to make those mistakes. I make sure that I said this marriage around is it for me, but I want to make sure that I have the right partner. But I was also very open. And I can say I was very open with all my relationship, but whatever people motives were for me, that's them. And they have to live with that. But I was always clear in what I wanted. So it was no secret. You know what I mean? So definitely let's hear what Judge Mass have to say. For anybody that's on live that wanna, drop your comments in there and share your side. If you are a married person, um, you know, how are you doing in your marriage? A lot of times we don't ask our friends how we doing. We might think that everything's okay. Some days I ask my husband, "Hey, are you okay?" Some days I look at him and I can tell something is off, and I say, "Hey, are you okay?" And sometimes we need to just check on our spouse. Men are very good at not talking. They keep everything inside, bottle everything up inside, and they don't share. Women might say, I'm like, hey, I'll tell them, hey, I'm not happy. Like there's certain things that got to change within our relationship. You know what I mean? So definitely let's listen to what Judge Master has to say. And then we're going to have a quick discussion. I'm going to have my husband's side of it, of what he feels, and if he can relate to that. And then after that, we're going to get into knowing him. And then we're going to talk a little bit about us, some things that people speculated about our relationship. And we're going to clear up some of those rumors tonight. Um, we don't have to, right? That's one of the things, like, I really don't care what people say. But then there's a time when you got to shut people up. There's times when you got to say, you got to make people delete their Facebook. Um, so shout out to her. So
Sure.
yeah, we're gonna talk about her and her big mouth and why all of this got started, and now she's running, gonna delete her Facebook. So yeah, that's the mood I'm in. But definitely let's listen to what we're gonna move on to meeting Mr. Leon Watson, Mr. Five Feelings himself, and what he has to offer and what he's doing and different things like that, and how you guys can be a part. So let's listen to Judge Matt this quick, and then we'll get into it.
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask.
I'm not good. Rather, it's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I wanted to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
Not holding up very well. I would say the other man. Maybe I'll be an example for other men. Cautionary tale. Don't neglect your wife. You see how I'm here at the airport now, flying out, as I have for 40 or for 25 years. My wife has been third, serving the community, taping my show, having fun with friends. That's what happens, guys. Never be too busy or never have too much fun beyond your wife.
So I do want to ask, the date of separation is listed back to July 17th. Has this been coming for some time now, or was it something out the blue?
Well, ever since we started taping here in LA, I committed to staying home more and making my wife more of a priority. But as you see, I haven't. I'm still here on the road, doing the same thing. And in terms of going out into another city, but I was gone for 3 weeks. That's what July 17th meant.
Would you say you two are in a good place right now, or able to maintain a friendship? Or
Oh yeah, we're still in the same house and we're maintaining a friendship. And I'm trying to get my wife back. I have to show her that though. Hopefully I can show her while we're there together before, and hopefully she doesn't complete the process. But I'm changing in hopes that she will. I'm gonna get my wife back. How
Okay,
about that? I just
absolutely.
wanted to eliminate all them rumors too, that it's something about a baby or even me molesting a child. It's none of that. I've just told you what it is.
There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well, neglect can create suspicion, certainly. And if you're gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You go to work, you go serve in the community around the country, then you go with your guys to sporting events around the country, you go to other events except without your wife hanging with you and enjoying herself with you. And so, yeah, she would have a right to suspect infidelity.
But there was none of that going on.
That's not the purpose. That's not the reason for this.
Hey, Judge Mathis, how are you today, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I want to ask.
I'm not good, rather. It's the worst days of my life. How about that?
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that. I wanted to ask you, with news of the separation, how are you holding up?
So definitely
Yeah.
39 years of marriage. After 39 years of marriage and um divorce, and for a simple thing of neglect, right? And what do you have to say about that?
It's crazy. I won't even say as a black man, but as any man that go through this, I know how they feel, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he got a point with what he's saying because obviously, and I won't even say, I won't even say rich people. It goes to any man, right? Sometimes we get caught up in, especially sometimes it could be we work. Sometimes we just get rich or wherever we get a little money, wherever it is. I say it's a case like what he does saying, I mean, although he's a judge, they got to fly out and do what they got to do at the end of the day. But we is human being.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't physically strong, sometimes we do get caught up in them kind of way there, you know what I mean? Whereby we stray away from we part no. We forget about she and forget about her and caught up with we friends, caught up with the lifestyle we know might know about or get accustomed to know, 'cause, I mean, we never know about it. Cause they got some men still like though. I mean, caught up with being around women and can't control yourself cause remember you're not custom. It's certain things, but we're not saying we ain't bringing woman in the part as yet. But at the end of the day, like you say, I mean, you always decide to no man can stay away from the woman for how long?
There's no man can stay away from their woman for 2, 3 weeks
Weeks without
and
without
without
in
being with
having
another
sex
woman.
with the next woman. All right, having an intercourse with the next female, and you know what I mean. 95% you're right. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
get I get a whole 95%. You're not gonna be real. It depends on a real strong man. Definitely we could hold it. And in these time here, so you know what I mean, it's modern age. I'm not saying they don't have good guys out there that could hold it, but it thin. It thin in this like in this time is especially like I said, with we as human being that is get caught up with certain things. Now in me big man case, now you understand. Like you say, you fly out, forget everything about you woman. You know what I mean? Me now, upon me, that never happened to me. Because I can say I could say I had me ways when young days coming up, wherever is it, but I's a man whereby I don't see myself just going out with me friends them all the time and then spending no time with me woman. Whether I rich, whether I get rich, whether me rich, whether wherever me no me frightened for nothing. So at the end of the day, what I try to say is that I acknowledge that when it's time for take my wife out or I overdoing something with me friends or wherever, I gonna pull myself up, but they got some man can't do it. So it's a case like it had to reach to this level before he could have pulled up his socks. And it's a shame. It's a shame for a big man like this guy. Them thing is left them thing for happen for them young man. Bannon will now getting accustomed to marriage and them not the age here how long he they in a marriage with wife.
39 years.
That then supposed to happen him, bro.
But it do happen, unfortunately, because a lot of times, even though you get older, and I always say that to men, because I have a lot of male friends or males where I work as a male dominating industry, and they come to me and ask me certain questions. You know what I mean? So um with different issues that they're having with their partner. And one of the things that I've always said to men is it don't matter how long you've been married, you still have to date your partner. Because you know why? Women want that. We don't have we might not be in communication with our girlfriends because most times most men don't really let go of their guy friends. So they still go hang out and